Hey everyone, welcome back to SciFact Fusion. Today, we're diving into a mind-bending explainer about the very fabric of our everyday existence. You know, we all just naturally navigate the world with this absolute unwavering confidence in our senses, right? We completely trust what we see. But what if the entire architecture of your perception is actually built on clever edits and illusions? Well, buckle up, because we're going to break down exactly how your brain actively masks reality. We almost always operate on this assumption that our eyes are basically like these high-definition cameras, just perfectly recording the outside world and projecting objective truth straight into our minds. But what if your brain is lying to you right now? Just sit with that for a second. The glitch in the matrix isn't happening in your surroundings. Actually, it's right between your ears. Because the crazy truth is, not everything you see is real. What you consider a perfect reflection of the physical world, it's actually a highly edited, heavily filtered rendering. Your perception of the room you're sitting in right now absolutely isn't a direct one-to-one translation of reality. Your brain doesn't just passively receive the world like a blank TV screen, it actively constructs it. Elements are shifted around, and details are totally altered, all before they ever even reach your conscious awareness. Just think about the sheer scale of this continuous deception. I mean, literally, your brain is lying to you. Think about it. Your brain is locked away inside a pitch-dark skull. It never directly touches the outside world. All it gets are these rapid, chaotic electrical signals from your sensory organs. So to make any sense of that messy data, your mind basically acts like a Hollywood film director. It fabricates the scene so incredibly smoothly that you never even suspect you're being deceived. And honestly, grasping this is absolutely crucial. It's the fundamental starting point for understanding human cognition. Okay, so let's walk through the exact architecture of this deception. Step 1, incomplete data. Your eyes capture these fragmented pieces of visual information, which inherently leaves huge blind spots. Then comes step 2, the autofill. Acting kind of like highly advanced predictive text on your phone, your brain looks at those incomplete puzzle pieces and just guesses. It guesses what belongs in the gaps based on your past experiences. And finally, step 3, the final rendering. Your conscious mind is handed this beautifully, seamless, perfect image, and you never ever know which parts were real data and which parts were completely fabricated by your brain. And here is where it gets really wild, because reality is autofilled like this. Two people standing in the exact same room can render completely different interpretations. Imagine person A and person B. They're looking at the exact same source code, right? But their brains are processing it through a completely unique lifetime of personal biases and biological wiring. The result? It's essentially a split-screen reality. It's a pretty stark reminder that the world you are experiencing right now, well, it's exclusively yours. Now, you might be wondering, why on earth doesn't our brain just process the perfect objective truth? Well, it ultimately comes down to what we call the perception illusion. You see, the physical world is overwhelmingly complex, and the sheer amount of data hitting your sensory organs every single second is just staggering. If your brain actually tried to process every single pixel perfectly, it would essentially freeze up and crash like an old computer. So instead, it makes a trade-off. It chooses processing speed over perfect accuracy. It takes shortcuts, using this illusion as a clever evolutionary survival mechanism just to give you a highly functional, quote-unquote, good enough version of reality. So we finally arrive at a really critical question. Are you actually seeing the world as it really is, or are you just seeing your brain's custom-rendered simulation of it? The next time you look in a mirror or just stare up at the sky, I want you to remember the incomplete data and the autofill. Yes, the objective universe exists, for sure, but your daily experience of it, that's just a simplified, heavily edited narrative, and it is happening entirely behind your eyes. And honestly, that is the absolutely fascinating architecture of human perception. If this explainer gave you a totally new perspective on reality and maybe broke your brain just a little bit, please go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, and definitely share it with a friend to blow their mind too. Thanks so much for joining me here on SciFact Fusion. Keep questioning what you see, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.